Hi guys, Nothing to Prove here. Today's a beautiful day because any day one can be out on two wheels is a beautiful day. Yeah, it's the all-new 1300 RS. New. What's new? Oh, and of course it has the 1300 boxer engine and transmission with the straight cut gears. New frame, new subframe, new exhaust. Look at the Akrapovic on there, although I do like the dark chrome one a little bit better. All new front fairing, and you can get the Headlight Pro and radar in here, and then all the other electronics that come with it, you know, front collision warning, adaptive cruise control, etc. New riding position, guys. Yeah, handlebar is a little lower, a little more forward, although you can still get the comfort handlebar also. And that means also the foot pegs. This model actually has the 4-position adjustable foot pegs. So basically it's 2 up and 2 down. So you can go 2 down, forward or back, or the 2 up, forward or back. This is actually in the lower position and in the back position. And the riding position is a little more leaned forward this year. Also, the wheels got lighter. So let's see, you have a lighter motor compared to the 1250, and transmission, lighter wheels, less fuel, 1 liter less fuel, but yet this still got 2 kilos heavier. Why, BMW? Engine, of course, got bigger, more power, more torque, more compression ratio. The bore got bigger, but the stroke got shorter. And also it comes on 250 RPMs a little bit later. Transmission also got moved from behind in the 1250 and 1200 and all previous boxes to underneath, just like on the GS that debuted a year and a half ago. Except it got straight cut gears instead of from the helical in the 1250. And so now you have a little bit noisier transmission, but the quick shifter is almost buttery smooth. It's a lot better. I wouldn't say it's competing with other quick shifters, but it's very good. How is this brand new engine and transmission working in this new RS model? Let's just do a slow roll on, nobody behind me, at 50% throttle in dynamic, and see how this torque is. Awesome. Oh, look at that low down torque. I never got over 4.5 grand and it just pulled. The torque on this is a torque monster. Same thing with the 1250, the 1200. That's what boxers are known for. Is this torque, and that kick shifter didn't mind it at all. I wonder how long it'll take me to get to 100 with full throttle. Probably not very long. That's nobody behind me still, and that's almost full throttle. Yeah, okay. It didn't take very long. Oh, I love that full throttle though. Oh, Harley. Hello. Oh, but this engine and transmission drop tube don't roll in at the oh. Yeah, I do like the 1300 boxer better than the 1250 with its power and torque and vibration. It's more power, more torque, and less vibration, but it's more noise coming up through the triple platforms playing, and the gear whine too. They do straight cut gears. So there are some trade-offs with this thing going from the 1250 to the 1300 with that straight cut gear versus the helical, and you hear that whine. My wife called it when I took her out on the 1300 RT. She said, "It sounds like much fun to try." The triple whine of the Triumph was on the 1300 RT, but that's because you're in a air pocket bubble. You can hear things more. So the hear it there's a little whine. So if you don't mind that, yeah, get this new 1300 RS. That's not an issue whatsoever. But that transmission, loving it with a quick shifter. It's slick. It's better. It's
it clicks instead of clumps. 1250. So overall, this engine and transmission, two thumbs way up, boom, boom.
You're looking at the new front forks here. Yeah, 47 mils. And this is 140 mils of travel. This is a 310. Last year it was 320 disc. What's sitting on those are calipers from Brembo, even though it's BMW branded there. This has the new DSA for a fork, a first for BMW and any production OEM. What happens is when you're in a softer ride mode, it sucks the oil out of this fork. And then if you're in dynamic or dynamic pro mode, then it pushes the oil back in, and then that spring rate changes as it compresses. It takes more spring. And that's a little different from adjusting the preload and sag and so on. But if you'll see this is how you know it has DSA. You'll notice on the other side, on the other fork, nothing's there. Yeah, you see there. So that's how you know that. And as you're coming back here to the rear suspension, you'll see the shock, and then the spring on it is red. If this was the normal, it'll be white. But since it's the sport shock on here, it's red. That's how you know the difference. And so it's a little stiffer, a little stronger, more sport oriented. And down here, we have a set of Brembos again, even though it's BMW branded, 2-piston, sitting on a 285 disc. They used to be 276 last year. So now, how is this all new front fork system and everything, and this new sports shock with this new frame, how does that feel on the street?
How is this new suspension feeling? Oh, it's nailing the lines. This is nice. Wow. Oh, I want to go so much faster. That's how you know it's good. Oh, and it's nailed, soaking up these bumps. This is the bumpiest road in my neck of the woods. And I take all my bikes that I review in this area down this road. This is nice. Wow. You can nail a line and this will ruthlessly hit it. And it feels safe, solid, secure, and stiffer, stronger than the 1250 RS. Yeah, no influence or what's about it. Oh, this will put a smile on your face if you push it a little bit. But with this front sport brake, oh, loving that. Okay, let me drop her all the way down. Oh, that's beautiful. Front brake, good feel, good feedback. Now let's try the rear brake. Okay, lock. There. Okay, I can tell right when there. Yeah, I can tell right when the ABS is kicking in. That's good. Good feel, good feedback. Awesome front and rear brakes. No complaints. Nothing to complain about with this suspension and these nice sport brakes. I'm liking them. These other Brembo Gen 4s. Nothing but 2 thumbs up.
You're looking at the all-new front here. Yes, you can adjust manually the windscreen up and down. Though you can get the, I would get the higher one, the normal one. This is the sport screen with this whole sport package with the DSA and everything. I am liking this color scheme though. It looks kind of good. And they do have the dark chrome. Oh, it looks kind of dirty there. Dark chrome on here. If you see it down there, you see it. And then this is what I was talking about earlier too. Yeah, the adjustable foot pegs there. See, you can see 1 and then 2 is where this is in, and then 3 and 4. So you have 2 low and 2 high. So you can adjust that there. Now coming to the back here, yeah, you got the Akropovich there. But here you can really see the new frame, this sheet steel frame and all cast aluminum subframe. And yes, you can get the hard cases. And if you want the top case for this, you have to get the whole different rack for this. And and you get a whole new rear tail light assembly and everything. They change out everything for that rack. And then coming back here to the seat, this is lower just a little bit. They've changed the seat heights just a little bit, but I mean, look at this. Not much room for a passenger there. An Italian supermodel, perfect, will fit, or my wife will fit on there too. Coming up to the tank, it went from 18 liters last year to 17 liters now. Now let's talk about this riding position here. Now, it's changed. It is a little more forward and a little more down, and the foot peg you saw just a few minutes ago is on the back position. I think I would rather have it a little forward for my riding position, and it is a little more sportier, this riding position, for lack of a better word. And the heft of this still hasn't changed. This is 245 kilos, and yes, you feel every ounce, every gram of that 245 kilos on this. And it is 2 kilos heavier than last year. BMW, that's the wrong direction. The GS, when it was the 1250 to the 1300, was 249 and went down to 237 kilos. This 1300, when it went from the 1250, was 243, and now it's 245. Wrong direction. Come on, BMW. And you do feel it. How does this weight feel in a little village?
This is a little bit easier to ride. Maybe it's this riding position and weight forward. Yes, the heft is still there though. This 245 kilos. Yes, you feel it, but it feels just ever so slightly easier than the 1250, which was 2 kilos lighter than this. But I think that's because the weight, the motor, transmission, and the rider and tank, everything is a little more forward and lower. So the heft is still there. But I don't know if I would want to ride this as a commuter or in low-speed maneuvering as we are here in this tiny little village where the speed limit's only 30 kilometers per hour. What is that, 20 miles an hour, 19? But the on-off throttle, oh, it's perfect. Okay, I'm in dynamic mode. Maybe I should go over to road. There. Now I'm in road. Oh, now it's even better. So yeah, I never complained about the 1300 boxer motor in any of the other bikes. The on-off throttle, it's very, very good. It's very difficult to beat this. But this riding position, it's not for me. I'm too old. You younger guys, now if you're 40-something, no problem. But once you start getting into the 50-something range, like me, well, I'm almost 60, but I've had enough of this riding position. I've had this on and off all my life. And I think I'm tired of this riding position. Oh, and now that I'm in road mode, it's softened up. Oh yeah, it softened up those bumps. The spring rate, the variable spring rate on these front forks have softened up. I like that. Wow, noticed that right away. So low speed maneuvering, low speed riding, it got heavier and the riding position changed, but did it make it better? I think that's my question from the 1250, and I think yes is the answer, or the conclusion that I'm coming to. So 2 thumbs up, boom, boom.
Usual controls here. Notice you do have a lever here for the clutch. You can get the ASA on any 1300 boxer motor. So whether it's the GS, the RT, the R, or this, the RS, you can get the automatic, so to where you're missing this, and then you just shift with this, or you leave it in full automatic mode and it doesn't matter. Standard controls over here, of course, the mirrors are over there. And of course, I showed you, yes, you can just pop the mirror or the windscreen up and down. I have the carabc 6-inch TFT smart screen that up there, see, it just said that, oh. And yeah, it's saying, I think I need to charge it. But you can get into the carabc and control it with the BMW Wonder Wheel. And I have the sports screen up here where you can see the DTC and brake. That actually has not changed this year either. So overall, guys, oh, something I need to show you. This is all new. This is just like on the R, the 1300R. It's soft. You can see that. And then it's hard plastic here. I wonder why they didn't go to a smartphone compartment here like they did on the RT or the GS. Should have. Why didn't you do that, BMW? Yeah. Okay, overall, guys, how is this thing competing? It got heavier. Why? That's my number one gripe. And yes, you feel it in low speeds there. It's great when you're cabin carving and these long curves. That's still what this RS is for. Long, big country roads, riding out at high speeds or on the Autobahn. That's what this bike is for. High speed. And that's where its heft, its porkiness plays in. But then when you start slowing down and doing technical curves and stuff, that's where you start to feel its weight. So if you try to keep up with some nakeds or super nakeds, no, there's no way this is going to even begin to keep up with those bikes. But it's a sport touring. But BMW says now with this new riding position and this sportier suspension, it's a little more lean towards sport. Yes, it is. But one major problem, they went 2 kilos heavier with this sportiness. That's not very sporty in my humble opinion. So who would I recommend this for? If you want to do weekend rides and do some canyon carving, these long curvy roads at high speeds, perfect bike. You throw some cases on, do an overnight trip, beautiful. But if you want to try to keep up with sport bikes or nakeds or any other comparable, the Mandello V100, for example, which one would win there? This has a lot more torque and power. They're probably about the same. And I think the Mandello is a little lighter than this though. But Mandello sounds much better and looks, well, though looks, I like the looks of this. This is good too. Okay, I digress, guys. Overall, this, I would give this bike a 1.5 thumbs up. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Changes are good. Most of the changes are good. And this noisy boxer motor, yeah, I didn't really address that much in the video. That's because I've always addressed it in the GS, the RT, and the R. So watch any of those videos and you'll understand what I'm talking about with the noise of this boxer motor coming up through the triple clamp. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Ride safe and ride like there's nothing to prove. Take care. Cheers, guys.